then only you could it is the chat will be recorded. Okay, so those who have already put the attendance, they have to put it once again, or else that the chat will not be updated. Okay, and request for all of you to be attentive to the class and to concentrate to concentrate on the class. So, and moreover, my instructions, it is not mandatory that I'll do only this 40-minute session. So I may conduct some other sessions also based on the requirement. I have to discuss in the group with you people. Okay, so last class we have seen lot many things, right? We have studied, just I'll just scroll down the thing. So we have seen what is ADT, what is data, what are the classifications of type, primitive, non-primitive, and what are the operations of data structures, right? What is a memory representation, sequential linked representation, right? And finally, what is an algorithm, characteristics of algorithm. Okay, so what all the analysis, worst case, average case, best case. So I stopped here and I moved to uh, the asymptotic notation. So asymptotic notation is a theoretical concept. So we have big O, small m. So this we will discuss tomorrow. Today we will see an interesting concept of an array, wherein we will see what is a traversal. See big O, small o, omega, all these things just have to memorize the concepts, right? So this I started array. How do you represent an array? What is a single dimensional array, right? So from the book, so we will see what all the operations: traversal, search, insertion, deletion. That is, you could insert a new element or else you could delete a new element. And sorting is also one of the operations of a single. So this we will see today directly from the book. And also a major objective is to write an algorithm. Okay, so this is the portions for you. So here are the concepts: algorithm. So we have to say asymptotic notation. We have represented three notations. We'll go directly on asymptotic. Before I go to the asymptotic notation, as I said, we'll take into the consideration types of data structures. So here arrays, linked sticks, stacks are there. So at that time itself, we will see what is the linked list and all. So as of now, so chapter 3, chapter 4 is a algorithm. We have seen this. What is an algorithm? Just 2 minutes, because I just want to show you what exactly you have. What are the different types of data structures we have: primitive, non-primitive, linear, non-linear data structures. So into the linear data structures, we have all these things, arrays. So I'll not discuss as of now what is linked list because it is not being needed. We have separate chapter itself. So we'll go directly to the arrays, as these portions consist of a concept of array itself. You could see the portions here. Types of data structures. Types of data structures, theoretically they will ask. So at that moment we can scroll to, will not waste the time based on this, because if the question is what are the different types of data structures, you have this, you have to write it, and you have to show exactly linear, non-linear. Theoretically in linear we have arrays, linked list. Last class I have just shown you, but I have not explained it. Stacks, why it is called linear, queues, and trees and graph are the non-linear data structures. So hopefully you have seen here, right? See, so this was the concept I showed you. Types of data structures: primitive, linear, and non-linear. In the case of linear, array, stack, queues, linked list comes. Non-linear means trees and graph are the non-linear data structures. Okay, so trees and graphs are the non-linear data structures. So this comes on the topic called types of introduction to the data structures. So types of characteristics of data structures important. Theoretically, you have to explain. So it depicts the logical representation, it presents the logical relationship, all those things you can go through, right? Next, let me go to the major concept of a concept, arrays. Okay, we have a single dimensional array. How does the array is represented? Array will have a memory inside. This is a element inside the memory. This is a indexing, array index. That is, it is a point. It is, I would say it is a pointer, but it is an array index, I would say, where it is pointing to the memory location array of 0. If I ask you the question, what is array of 0? You say array of 0 consists of 2. What is the address of array of 0? Address of array is 6000. What is similarly, what is a memory location That is, what is the indexing of array of 3? It consists of 3. What is the memory allocation? 6006 as such. Okay. So I request you to attend sincerely to the class, go through the sessions, or else you find it difficult, right? Application of array, particularly used in the program that requires storing large collection of similar type of data. See, this is too important. So if they ask you what is the difference in the case of structure to and arrays, structures and unions helps to store the large data types of different data type element, whereas basically arrays helps to store only large collection only with similar type of data element. So this is too important that you have to stress. Next, so linked list, types of arrays, queues, let me not discuss. I'll go directly to the tomorrow, as I said, asymptotic notation concept, because I am covering with respect to the internal point of view, what all things I need to give you. Even asymptotic notation is a direct question. I'll discuss tomorrow, as it is a theoretically I need to go ahead. So introduction. So types of arrays, there are one-dimensional, multi-dimensional. This I have shown you last class, right? Now array traversal. What all the things that you could do from the array traversal? While working with array, it is often required to access the array element. You need to access the array element. That is, you need to read value from the array. This is achieved with the help of array traversal. So how do you achieve the array traversal? This is an algorithm. So how that is, first you have to store, no? So what is array traversal? Write a program to traverse each element. Let us see the program here. First you have standard input output hodges, conio.h. Then I have taken an array of 5 elements, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So array of 0 consists of 2, array of 1, 2, 3, 4. So array of 0 consists of 2. So you have seen basic structure of an array over here. Here you see array of 0 as such. Okay. He has compared the same program here, 26738. 26738. See, he has stored the same 26738. Now the concept is press any key to perform array traversal and display its element. What is array traversal? Let us see. He has called the function. This is called a user defined function. He has called traversal. Control jumps to traversal. So it is a non-returnable function. That means it doesn't come back. Once it goes out, it will come out of the program from here itself. Some programs, when you see traversal equals to, so that time it will be a returnable function. It is non-returnable function as of now. Okay. So what happens now? When you call traversal, what is traverse is being displaying, accessing the array element and printing it. What it does for I equal to 0, I less than the size. What is being size specified over here? So size is nothing but 5. Okay. So I less than equals to 5. Okay. So number of elements is equal to 5. Even indexing is also 5. Right. What happens? You store first. Let me show you the output. How does it looks like? Once you see the output, you'll understand what exactly the things that you need to input. See, press any key to perform any array traversal and display its element. So it will simply display as like this to show you that array of 0 consists of 2, array of 1 equals to 6, array 2 equals to 7. So how do you show? Printf array of percentage d. What does this percentage do consist of? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you store it? For the memory location I equal to 0, see I matching over here, array of I equals to this percentage d relates to I. What is when for the first iteration I equals to 0, I equal to array of 0 equals to array of, you should display array of I. What is array of I being stored here? You could see upside, array of I consists of 2. You could see here. Once again, see array of 5, ARR. Actually, you have to use ARR here only because the defined as it is ARR. It is not ARRAY. It is a program mistake. So it should be ARR downside. ARR downside. ARR of 0 is what? 2. So ARR of 0 is 2. So it is being, it is same as if like I have stored directly. I'm not entering, I'm not storing using scanf statement. I have directly stored some elements of the elements. I just want to traverse through it. Traverse means what? You are just displaying what all the contents of array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, array of 3 as such. So this is called traversal. So it is one of the applications. So how do you show the traversal algorithm for a traversal? This is important. What is algorithm for a traversal? First, you set the array. See, traverse, set the array. You specify the size of array. Fine. Next, what do you do? Set I equal to 0. That is, you apply the loop while I less than equals to the size. Access AR of 0. Once you access AR of 0, what you have to do? You have to increment. No. Again, AR of I will be incremented. 0 will be incremented to 0 equals to 0 plus 1. So again, you repeat. So repeat, that is repeat 4 to 5 until you reach I less than equals to size. Same thing has been written here over here. For I equal to 0, I less than size. You know how the for loop exactly works. Array of 0, display the array of 0, that is array of 0. Array of 0, what is there? It is 2. Similarly, until where you display array of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you reach I less than equals to the size. What is size? Size equals to the 5. Okay, array of a size. So once you reach there, you have to come back. So this is an algorithm. So write an algorithm for traversing an array. You have to write this: start, stop, set I equal to 0, repeat step 4 to 5 less than while I less than equals to size. That is access array of, it is same as if like displaying the content of an array. You're not storing even. You're not storing even. You're simply displaying the content of an array. So let me go to the next concept. So major conception, if this is an examination question, explain insertion and deletion of an array and write an algorithm for it. So what is an insertion? The meaning of insertion is, you are including a new object to it. Okay, you're including new object to it. How do you include the new object to it? Insertion. So you have same, let me take an example here. So for inserting an element, where you will insert? First question. This is an initial array. This is already been stored. Array content after 4 is inserted at the end. So at the end, maybe there is no difficulty. Simply at the end, A of 4 is 77. There is empty. So A of 5 will be inserted with the 4. So anything has been changed over here. A of 0, nothing has been changed. Now to the same array, this is one concept at the end. If you want to insert in between, this is very important. So array content after 4 is inserted at the index location 2. So he want to insert at this location. A of 2 is what? A of 2 is 5. No? A of 2 is should be replaced with the 4. In this case, what should be done? What should be done? In this case, there is a concept that you push the data. This is 5. No? You are inserting 4 here. So what should be done? A of 2. So 5 should be inserted over here. That is at the location of A of 3. I'll write like this. A of should be inserted to the location A of 3. 22 should be inserted to the memory location A of 4. 77 should be inserted to the memory location of A of 5. So now A of 5 is what? 77. What is A of 4? 22. What is A of 3? 5. A of 2 should be 5. So at the index location 2, when 4 is inserted, so all other index will remain as it is. The data of other index will change of consecutive things. So this is what concept of array. For this, we have to write an algorithm. This is an examination question. Write an algorithm for array insertion and deletion. So this is very important. So we have insertion. An element is to be inserted at the end of array. Then it simply, there is no problem, right? It can simply achieved by sorting the new element one position to the right of the last element. However, the array must have vacant position at the end. This is a possibility. Alternately, if an element has to be inserted at the middle, then it will require subsequent element to be moved one place to the right. That is, it has to be moved as I shown you animated over here. So you have to move the indexing element, that is elements, to the next index element. So now let me go to the algorithm. See here, algorithm. So step 1, start. We are following insert. Before I go to the program, so set I equals to n. This is the size of a program. Size of a program. Start, stop, set I equals to n. Same, we are doing in the decrement order. Why, we will see. A equals to I plus 1 has to, the old A of I will increment. A of I will increment to A of I plus 1. Got it? How do you read this statement? That is, you're assigning A of I as A of I plus 1. Same as if, like, as a side, what you will do, memory location of A of 3 should be come over here. No, here see, 4 was inserted at memory location of A of 2. No, what about previous memory A of 2? A of 2 would be inserted to A of 3. So I becomes I plus 1. So I plus 1, old A of I will become I plus 1. Old A of I becomes I plus 1. See here, I plus 1. I plus 1 will become A of I. It is an algorithm. How do you read from left to right? Okay, set A of I plus 1 equals to A of I equals to I minus 1. Then you set A of k equals to P. Then increment the size. Size also goes on increasing because we have to accommodate the array. No? So let me go to the program. Then again, I come back to the algorithm. So in insertion, what happens then? See, there is a fixed -1, 3, 5, 22, 27. So the question is, enter the element to be inserted. So what is the element to be inserted? Some data. So where it is to be inserted? At the some memory location and k. Let us see the program output. This is the data already stored. You are stored. Previous program you traversed. So -1, 3, 5, 22, 7 are the element. A of 0, -1. A of 2, A1, 2, 3, 4. So A of 4 till you have, no. So in this, see, A of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 all are there, no. The same thing he has traversed also, that is he has displayed. Contents of the array is A of t percentage equals to I RF. What you have written previously for traversal, it has shown. Now enter the element to be inserted, 19. Enter the index selection where 19 is to be inserted at 1. He is asking array of 1 should be inserted. What is in array of 1? 3 is there. Now where the array of 1 memory 3 has to be inserted, it has to be incremented to A of 2. So once 19 is being inserted, what happens? 3 will move to the next index location. 5 will be indexed next. Similarly, 77 will move to the index element 4 plus 1, 77. So this is what been explained in the program also. So how do you achieve this? That is for I equals to n. So enter the element to be inserted, enter the location 1, you inserted 1 in the output. I equals to 1, n, that is a maximum size, n is a size, okay, that is 5. I equals to 5, I greater than or equals to, this is a decrement loop, I greater than 5 is 5 greater than equals to 1. What is k? Memory location, index element. See k. One second, if you have not followed, see, I equals to 5, I equals to 5 is 5 greater than or equals to the memory location 1. Yes. Then what happens? You increment A of I plus 1. What is A of I plus 1? I plus 1 is 6, no? 5 plus 1 is 6 because memory location I is 5. 6, A of 6 will be treated as A of 5. Clear? What is A of 5? I is, no? So A of, what happens? A of 6 will be replaced with A of 5. Again, now the loop will repeat. Now decrement loop, no? So next is A of 5 becomes A of 4. Similarly, it proceeds till where it proceeds, decrement loop, no? 5 happens, then 4, then 3, then 2, right? 1 also it comes, 1 less than or 1 greater than or equals to 1, yes. So this also will change. So what happens? So memory location of A value is 1, no? That is A of 2 will be equivalent to A of 1. Then again, when it loops, loop fails. when it becomes, instead of here 0, next decrement 0, is 0 greater than or equals to 1? No, condition fails. So what happens? The left hand side will retain, since we have just taken index element as 1 over here. Okay, this is one of the way to trace the program, right? Then once you come out of the loop, you what have to store? You have to store the content P, that is the memory location P, 19th to the memory location of AR of. This is just simply storing. Then also one thing you need to remember, you have to increase the size of the array. Instead of 5, we'll make it 6. Then the content of the array after array insertion are, for simply you fetch the loop and display it, the content of array of I. So I don't know whether you are following it or not. Once again, I repeat, the concept is very easy. Same thing you have to write in terms of an algorithm. That is, you use a decrement loop. See, first you initialize, repeat. If you remember this part, writing an algorithm is easy. Just have to remember this. These are all the things, the content display of the array. At what point you have to display the array, okay? Display the array, enter which element to be inserted, scanf %d, and what is the index? So index is this, int k. There we have to insert. So you have to remember this. Okay, that's the insertion. So once again, those who have not followed, just diagrammatically, I just want to show you. See, what we have to do is, this is a given array. So tomorrow, as I said, I'll go with the asymptotic notion, theoretical concept, because this I'll include for this internal in 2 modules. Concepts which I have covered, and programs, I'll tell you which are all the programs you need to follow. With the answers, I'll try to give it. See here, what happens is, see, you are trying to insert the memory location of A of 1. Imagine, this is my example. When you are inserting, which is the element you want to insert? 19th. Imagine, to which location you want to insert? To the memory location 1, A of 1. So what is there in A of 1? So A of 1, already 3 is there, no? So what I have to do? So I should shift, I should make this empty. A of 1 should be empty. You empty it and shift to the A of 2 location. Shift it, A of 3 in decrement for I equals to, so we would start from here. We will start from here actually. 22 shifted to A of 4, 77. So we'll start from 77. What we'll do? You shift A of 5, no? You make A of 4 as A of 5. Okay, so that time 77 will be shifted. You make 22 as A of 4. It will shifted over here. You make here 5. So at that time items 3 will shift over here. What happens to A of 1? Till here you make it, not beyond that. The loop will fail when you come here. So when it becomes here, A of 1 will be empty. You simply insert A of 1 over here. This is just the point over here. What is see, simply A of I plus 1 is assigned to A of I. Simply increment the index. That time even the memory, when you increment the index, even the storage also will be changed. This is what is being happening over here. See, I'm changing that indexing only. This existing array element need to be moved to make space for the new element. So that time automatically it will move, and that array of 1 will be empty. Array of 1 will be empty because you iterate till here. Hopefully all of you have followed. Similarly, deletion is a simple case. Deletion doesn't require, it is same as if like procedure of insertion. So it is simply the updation of the index identifier. See, deletion from the end, simply A of 4 is deleted. So if the array of 2 has to be deleted, once it deleted, what happens? It will shift. A of 2 is to be deleted, content 5 is deleted. No, when content 5 is deleted, 22 will be shifted, okay, to the memory location A of 2. So even shifting will occur, same thing. So you have to remember this algorithm, and I suggest if you write this part, if you write this part, you're able to write an algorithm. See, let us see the output of this program. See, content of the array, it is same as if like displaying the data. Enter the index location for where the element is to be inserted. At index 3, he want to deleted. Array of 3, 22 has to be deleted. So this 22 has to be deleted from the memory location array of 3. So what happens? And which element it has to be deleted? Array of 3. So what happens? Array of 2 is 3 is deleted, but array of 3 will be, this 77 will be shifted over here. This is what been happening. Again, it is a decrement loop. The for loop is a decrement. How do you write this decrement loop? You could see over here in the program. Sorry, it is a not decrement. I equals to k. What is k? Index location. I less than equals to n minus 2. That is size with minus 2. What you have to do? You have to reshift. The existing array element will be moved to fill the vacant, because once you delete it, the memory location will be deleted. No, that element, the value of that particular indexing value. So it has to be shifted. So we will shift it same from I plus 1 to I. Memory location of array of 3. Array of 3 is pointing to a value. So that will be shifted to the prior. Same as if like what you did over here. E of 3 is 22. Okay. In memory location of 3 was deleted. Memory location of array of content of an element deleted from index location to 5 has to be deleted. So 5 deleted here, A of 2, but A of 2 has to be shifted with 22. And this also shifted to the A of 3. So A of 3 will be 77, A of 2 will be 22, A of 2 as the 5 is deleted, shift with the 22. This is what the concept. Still more clarity has to be given. Maybe I don't know how many people have followed this. So the questions could be explain insertion deletion of a single dimensional array and write an algorithm. Basically, they expect you this theoretically. They expect you to write this algorithm, all of you. Very consistently, you have to write for delete. You could remember this algorithm based on the for loop, what you have write downside. See, here you write the algorithm. No, remembering this, it will make sure that you understand this. This is the basic. See, d equals to array of k, I equals to k, I less than n minus 2. So array, it is reshifted. Okay, delete. So array of I plus 1 will be shifted to array of I. Whereas in the case of insertion, it is a decrement loop. You remember that it is a decrement loop. Initialize to the maximum size greater than equals to k I minus minus. You're just increasing. See the difference with increment and decrement loop. See, it is reverse. Array of I equals to array of I plus 1. Here array of I plus 1 equals to array of I. That is, you are moving further. As you are inserting, array has to be enlarged, no? So we are enlarging it, I plus 1. Whereas in this case, we are decreasing the size of the array. So hence you could see the difference, n equals to n minus 1. Here n equals to n plus 1. Only if you remember 1, you find it easy. If you remember 1, n equals to n plus 1. Here, say I plus 1 equals to array of I. In the exam, insertion means insertion, I plus 1. So in the downside, it is array of I equals to array of I plus 1. This is the basic difference. Array of I equals to array of I. So same thing you have to write in the algorithm, right? So I request you to give the attendance in the chat session, and I need to discuss something regarding your concepts. Are you people following? Just wanted to know about it. Are you really following it, or are you finding it difficult with the concepts? Because you people have to practice these algorithms. So theoretically, it is quite easy to tell. And I have shared this in the Google Classroom also. Just need to communicate. Are you people following it or not? Insertion deletion I did today. I'll go, tomorrow I'll go with asymptotic notation, and this could be a internal question. I write an algorithm for insertion and deletion of a array and also display the array. Same program may be asked. Okay. You need to tell specifically. See, the chapter is quite easy. We are so I 100% I'm going to complete this in few of the sessions before 29th, but I'll discuss. I need discussion from your side, what are the portions I need to keep. But I from my point of view, I would like to keep the major thing which could be asked for the examination from 2 modules. Then we find it easy to move further. See, sorting and searching, it is a different concept. They are like brothers and sisters. Sorting, searching, deletion, insertion and deletion. So it is almost like using array only. You know the concept of array. Always see initial elements are displayed. This is called traversal. This what is being stored in the array. Everywhere there is a similarity with the program, so you find it easy. That's why I'm displaying the book, right? Searching, then multidimensional is related to the matrix. So let us not. Tomorrow we'll see with the asymptotic notation. So even that is a topic with 15 minutes. Very easy topic on that. Okay. What is an asymptotic notation? See, this is a overall view of the asymptotic notation, basically used for representing the efficiency of an algorithm. See, we have 3 major things: big O, big M, big O, omega, theta notation. So this is theoretically just have to memorize the graph, and definitions are there. What is big O and why do you use a big O notation? That is the important thing. Okay. So as of now, we'll end the session. So anything to be discussed in the chat, all please. So if you want to, me to mute, I will. So I'll unmute the people. Anyone want to discuss on this? Any discussions? What about the today's concepts? Have you followed? Okay. So let me stop the session. So anything you have, please, I request you to go into the group, and you could, yeah, previous question papers. This is first time the scheme. The scheme is first time. We have old syllabus. So let me share. Let me try to share whatever the data we have. Definitely, Kiran. So, okay, so let me stop this session today.